he have everything. He's strong. He have a really good job. He have a really good footwork, and he have everything. He's smart.
Challenge yourself. We saw Eddie Hearn's comments. You said you'd move up to 1 pound over the cruiserweight limit to face Alexander Usyk. And I've seen Alexander Usyk's manager said that he dropped back down to cruiserweight to face you. Spoke to Eddie Reynoso. He wasn't too keen on the fight, but is it something you were genuinely interested in?
A lot of things say, right? And like as a fighter, I don't care. I fight whoever, anybody. But freeze is freeze, right? I have this fight in front, but like I say, I really...
Enough, but never enough. Easy day. Today is easy day. Чекай, повинно трошки легше стати. Давай. То, що ти чекаєш, ти не легше, нахуй. Ти затягуєш. Раніше смерті не помреш.
That's how Canelo Alvarez recently described Alexander Usyk, acknowledging the Ukrainian's dominance and lean ring genius. During a sit-down for The Ring magazine, the pound-for-pound star had plenty of praise, yet there was an edge to his tone. Usyk is one of the best, Canelo said. He beat Fury twice. Real wars. Hardest fights. But I believe if we ever talked weight classes, I could challenge him. This is what he told Eddie Hearn.
When we talk about mindset of winning, he genuinely believes he can beat Alexander Usyk for the world heavyweight title. You know, he said to me, if you can make that fight 1 pound above cruiserweight, which obviously Usyk was a cruiserweight, I will beat him. And I find it hard not to believe him. Yeah. You know, I mean, once you start, the only way someone sometimes like Canelo Alvarez and like Vasily Lomachenko are going to get beat is to keep moving up in weight outside of where they should be.
Yeah.
And that's maybe how Canelo Alvarez gets beat. Just, it's like a challenge too.
Canelo's words immediately sparked speculation. Does the Mexican legend want a cruiserweight duel? Or is it simply a challenge from champion to champion? Are we in for some more drama in the build-up to the sequel of Usyk versus Dubois?
Pussy.
Canelo Alvarez, currently boxing's golden standard, recently dropped a hot take that's rippled through the sport. In a candid studio chat, he predicted Daniel Dubois would have the upper hand against Alexander Usyk, calling him the more dangerous puncher. Canelo said, Dubois hits harder than Usyk. He's the kind of guy who can end it early. And while you can't really blame him, Dubois' recent training footage reveals a completely different man. If Canelo believes Dubois can stop Usyk early, the fight might not last long. Those comments added weight to the stalking power that Dubois has been honing since 2023. His knockouts over Hrgovic and Joshua weren't just putting him on the map, they were flat-out warnings.
Yeah, but it's in the past now, it's happened, you know. I get a chance to put that wrong right and clear up the controversy, you know. There's a lot of shit being talked about right now, but I can't wait to put him to sleep on the night.
While Canelo Alvarez's comments lit the fuse with his bold prediction and subtle challenge to Usyk, he wasn't the only pound-for-pound superstar eyeing the Ukrainian maestro. As the conversation around Usyk versus Dubois intensified, another elite fighter, perhaps even more technically gifted, stepped into the spotlight. Terrence Bud Crawford has never been one to chase headlines for the sake of it, but when he talks, the combat world listens.
People put him above you on pound-for-pound rankings. What was it about Usyk, yeah. What was it about his performance that kind of made you humbly kind of like, hey, people have him above me, they do?
No, it's an opinion. Usyk is a great fighter, and he's done great things in the sport of boxing. You know, I always felt as if Tyson Fury was already at his ceiling. He couldn't go up or go down in weight classes. You know, for Usyk to go up weight classes and still do what he done, then, you know what I mean, that's pound for pound in my eyes.
It'll be Usyk or Dubois?
Usyk, hands down.
What? But you seen the first fight though, what they had,
Usyk.
right? Did you see the first fight?
It was a low blow. Usyk.
You a lying dog.
I don't know, that blow was...
If that blow landed on you like that, you wouldn't say that was a... You would say what?
Usyk.
You would say it's a low blow if it was landing on you.
Right,
yeah,
yeah.
that makes sense. But that wasn't a.
It wasn't low.
No, I'm not mad at the ref for calling that a low blow.
Usyk.
He an Usyk fan, bro.
You right.
That is your guy, though.
Usyk's a
Usyk.
good dude. He's a hell of a fighter.
Usyk
He's
gonna
on the
win.
belt.
But the first time before Usyk fought Tyson Fury, did you think Usyk could beat Tyson Fury?
Usyk.
Truthfully, no.
I picked him both times. Stop
No, the
playing
first
me.
time you picked him?
Both times.
Because you was high on Tyson Fury at one time.
Both times. I knew the movement was gonna give Tyson Fury problems. Tyson Fury, you know what I mean, is a great heavyweight champion, but he never was fighting people that's
And his latest praise for Alexander Usyk has fans and analysts buzzing with anticipation. Following Usyk's monumental wins over Tyson Fury, Crawford took to social media to show respect in a way few top-tier fighters ever do. He posted on X, formerly Twitter, after Usyk's second win over Fury, referencing the significance of conquering a division far above his original class. It's no secret that the two share a lot of respect for each other.
Terence Crawford, pound for pound, number 2 probably, and Alexander Usyk number 1. Maybe they're arguing about it right there and then.
Crawford went even further in subsequent interviews, openly declaring Usyk as the best fighter in the world today. Usyk number 1, he better be number 1. Over Usyk? I'm not over Usyk, he admitted during a candid Q&A, surprising many who assumed Crawford would fight for the top P4P spot himself. When asked about who he thinks would win the war between Usyk and Dubois, he simply hoped for both men to win.
My prediction for the Usyk and Tyson Fury fight, both of them win. I like both of them. It's gonna be a great fight. May the best man win. And to the new undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, congratulations.
But behind the humility lies something more provocative, quiet preparation for a possible showdown. Crawford has hinted before that he's willing to move up in weight to find real challenges, and Usyk might be the pinnacle of that quest. I want to test myself. Usyk would be a legit heavyweight challenge, he said, sparking immediate speculation about the potential of a super fight that spans multiple divisions. As of late, he's been locked in and was even seen training with fellow boxer Shakur Stevenson. Experts like Barry McGuigan have praised the stylistic matchup, calling it a chess match between two master tacticians, with both fighters combining ring IQ, timing, and adaptability in ways rarely seen in one-on-one competition. This wouldn't just be a fight, it would be a global moment, a pound-for-pound showdown that could redefine legacy in a way no trilogy or unification bout ever has. Crawford, already dominant across multiple weight classes, sees Usyk as more than a target, but rather he sees him as the final test, and if the Ukrainian accepts, we might witness one of the boldest crossweight battles in modern boxing history before Usyk decides it's time to hang up the gloves.
Now, I'm gonna back home, rest, off my phone, and close. In my house, sit like this, and then look in the sky. Yeah. And how grow tree?
As anticipation builds for the July 19th heavyweight rematch, the boxing world stands sharply divided. Experts, promoters, legends, and pundits are weighing in, dissecting styles, strategies, and the narratives that have shaped this showdown.
Final prediction on Saturday is he is going to stop him. He's going to knock him out.
Yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to silence all the haters, all the troublemakers. You know who you are.
Fox Sports' Spencer Oliver, himself a former champion, stoked the fire by tipping Dubois to take it. On Talk Boxing, he argued that while Usyk remains elite, the Fury battles have put miles on the clock. Oliver continued, Daniel Dubois beats Alexander Usyk. I know Daniel. I have seen him work. Since then, Dubois is a different animal. This is a completely different fight since the first one. Oliver highlights Dubois' evolution, physically sharper, mentally tougher, primed for redemption. With 3 knockout victories over top contenders under his belt, he believes the Brit could unseat the champion this time.
Spencer, where you go?
July 19th, Wembley Stadium.
Daniel Dubois beats Alexander Usyk. Yeah, so I know Daniel Dubois. I see him work from day to day. I know what they're working on tactically. Go back to 2023 when Dubois lost to Alexander Usyk, and you say, all right, yeah, look, they seem quite far apart there. He had his moments, Daniel, but Usyk was sort of leagues above him then. Alexander Usyk has not got better since then. There's a lot of miles on the clock since then. There's no sign of deterioration. But what I'm saying is Daniel Dubois is a different character, a different animal from then.
You're saying that Usyk...
Echoing this, Johnny Fisher, a rising British heavyweight, recently predicted Dubois would win. Responding to the hype of Usyk's aura, Fisher said in a Sky Sports clip, "I see him win." Not only that, he has also sparred Dubois and claims it was an absolute nightmare. He remarked that he hits jabs like an electric shock.
Only Dubois.
Let me tell you, that is not an easy affair. And that man punches really hard. Shook me to my boots many a time, even with his big 20-ounce gloves on. But that man punches unbelievably. See you later, Tom. Take care. See you later. But he punches unbelievably, and I think under John Charles, them improvements we've seen in the fights with Jarrell Miller, Filip Hrgovic, he looks like he's really turned a corner, and he will give Usyk one hell of a test and one hell of a run for his money. And obviously backing the British fighters, I'll be backing him all the way. But it's going to be a tall ask to beat Usyk.
Then there's Simon Jordan, a TalkSport columnist who had a more balanced tone. Usyk is brilliant but beatable. Dubois has a good chance of defeating him. Jordan acknowledges Usyk's ring IQ, but notes Dubois' youth, confidence, and power give him a real shot at pulling off an upset. He frames the bout as a genuine 50-50, one knockdown away from rewriting history. He claims that it's Dubois' time, and he has what it takes to actually take Usyk out.
I said it to Alexander Usyk, and there's no favouritism here. I think it's Daniel Dubois' time. I think he's a ferocious beast. Yeah, absolutely. and I think he deserves all the plaudits. I think what walked into Wembley Stadium was an absolute gladiator, and I'm thrilled for him that he's coming out of himself, growing as a man, becoming more worldly and able to communicate with the media, and I think it's going to be a fabulous fight. Do
you believe that he can get it done inside the distance?
I think he has to get done inside the distance.
Yeah. You don't think he can win on points?
I think it's unlikely.
Yeah.
I think it's unlikely. But whatever, July 19th, brilliant fight.
Tony Bellew, the former world cruiserweight champion who shared the ring with Usyk in 2018, has offered a compelling and measured forecast for their July rematch. Reflecting on Usyk's dominance and Dubois' resurgence, Bellew struck a balanced tone. He gave Dubois due credit, but ultimately sided with the champion. Bellew praised both men.
Form of his career. He's coming off the best victories of his career. You know, the tide he's on at the moment is very high. You know, the victories over Jarrell Miller, over Filip Hrgovic and over Anthony Joshua, the resounding victories are massive and huge, you know, things that he can achieve. But it's a completely different.
Usyk is the best heavyweight in the world. Dubois has been amazing. I've wrote him off on a number of occasions, and he's come back to prove me wrong. You've got to give him a shot, and he's in with a chance. Bellew's prediction shines through. He acknowledges Dubois' evolution, mental toughness, confidence, and power, yet he maintains that Usyk dealt a definitive setback in 2023. He went on even further in his praise, claiming that he beats us all up and doesn't fight for money, but legacy.
TJ fights there at Giselle. He beats us all and beats us all up on pride. He fights for his country. You know, what his country's gone through is horrific, and no one would possibly understand what he's fighting through, but he is. He fights for so much more than money. He fights for legacy. And that's the biggest thing that drives Alexander Usyk, his legacy. And I just think when he gets in the ring with Daniel Dubois, he doesn't have to be there. So everyone.
Diving deeper in the same interview, Bellew predicted a physical contest at Wembley, but one with a familiar ending. Dubois is at a stage, most confident he's ever been, but Usyk has already made him quit once, so can he make him do it again? I think he'll get stopped between rounds 8 and 12. This echoes his earlier candid prediction. Usyk will win via stoppage in the middle to late rounds. It's a proper testament to Usyk's patience and ability to crack opponents once fatigue sets in.
For me, I think, listen, Daniel Dubois has a puncher's chance in this fight. There's no denying that. I think for 4 rounds, Daniel Dubois is live and dangerous. After 4 rounds pass, that's when Daniel Dubois starts getting asked questions. And as we've seen in the past, them questions you know, don't usually get answered. But they have to take that confidence from him first. Daniel Dubois is a confidence fighter. He's a flat track bully. He's a front foot fighter. When it's going his way, he's one of the most dangerous heavyweights in the world. But as I've said before, once them first 4 or 5 rounds pass and he's taking shots back and he's being asked questions, we've seen what can happen. So it's an intriguing fight, but it's one that I see Alexander Usyk winning and winning well.
And you said about legacy there, Tony, and that's pretty much what is on the line for Alexander Usyk now, because he's not money driven, so it's not about that. And you're talking about legacy, risk versus reward here, and he's going over old ground against a kid that is getting better. Is that worth it? That's where I'm at.
Yeah. It obviously is. Financially, it stacks up. For his legacy, it stacks up. It's just, you know, I think this fight's only happening. I don't think he personally likes Daniel Dubois. Well, I know he doesn't like Daniel Dubois. I think
Barry McGuigan, the esteemed former featherweight champion and respected pundit, has delivered one of the boldest takes leading into the July 19th rematch. Speaking on the fight, McGuigan didn't just say Dubois could win, he declared him the best heavyweight in the world, surpassing even Usyk. Daniel Dubois in the ascendancy. He is 27 years old. He believes 100% that he is the best heavyweight in the world. He is looking forward to that rematch with Usyk.
Listen, if Daniel hits you right, he'll knock anybody out. And that's absolutely the case. He is ferociously dangerous. He's a tremendous puncher. So have you absolutely no doubt about that. But the thing is hitting Usyk. Usyk is like he's like a bag of tricks. You know, you couldn't hit him with a handful of stones. You know,
Wiggins' remarks carry extra weight given his insights into Usyk's condition. He's observed age and mileage taking a toll. He looked tired. He's running out of time. If you look at that last fight with Fury, he just looked tired at the end. Dubois is naturally bigger.
I think he needs to be busier. He needs to be more aggressive. He needs to jab more with Usyk, because Usyk takes your jab away and then he feints and makes you, and then you start to hesitate and you don't jab. He's got to ram that jab right down the middle of his chest, just a couple of inches below his chin. You're always going to hit something. Keep stabbing that out and then drop the right hand and left hooks. He's got to throw more punches. He's got to be more assertive and he's got to be more aggressive.
Canelo says Dubois has the power. Crawford says Usyk is pound for pound #1. When legends and future Hall of Famers are taking sides, you know this isn't just a rematch, it's a reckoning. So what do you believe? Is Dubois ready to shake the world and erase the ghosts of 2023? Or will Usyk show once again that brilliance beats brute force? Drop your prediction in the comments. Method, round, and winner. Smash that like button if you're riding with the underdog, and hit subscribe if you respect pure boxing greatness.